This is an assembly of pictures that I took throughout my career at Atlas. Here's D.W. Phillips and his kids. They're from Vegas. This is how they transport nuclear weapons in India. This is an Atlas approach to the Hong Kong Old Chai Kek Airport. Here's we're traveling with a horse down to South America. Here's the old Kai Chek Airport again, and there's a crew on the classic together again in Hong Kong. And it's a classic. They're landing at Hong Kong. That's Mike Hoffchild, one of my favorite guys. Here's my old commander from Korea, flew with Atlas, Gary Ball. There's Snowball and me in Luxembourg. This is Roger Olson. That's Vicky Foster from the original Golden, Colorado office. And here's Randy Coons, the crocodile hunter. And he successfully turned down the temperature to keep these guys from making any more damage. Here's Atlas and 9/11. Everybody had to go back to the ramp on their own. Tower closed. Here's Captain Cody, Laura Haynes' dog. Here's Atlas at Anchorage. Here's Bob Hancock and Nancy and my plane in the hangar. Here it is. One of our Atlas captains and Long Easy. Here's what happened after 9/11. And here's the joke somebody pulled at Atlas. Here's in Kuwait. Kuwait Tower. Taken during the war. And now we get several pictures of Gulf War II, where we had to don our chemical warfare defense equipment in case we were Scud attacked while we're in Kuwait. Some of our guarding angels. Here's me in CWD gear, flying plane. That's in Thailand on our way. Here's a C-17 crew, I believe. We got another Thailand. Me deadheading there. I'm taken outside of a barracks. This is Atlas Training Center. And here's Bob Kohler. Here's some damage to an inlet that was left open, access door. Here's me and Ken Starr at Hong Kong during the SARS epidemic. Here in Germany, getting ready to go on the ice to get down to Stuttgart. Malcolm Warren and Ken Starr on the train. And Malcolm always wore his hat, waiting for the train. Bought the Bristow with Atlas's blessing. Visited the Porsche factory while we're in Stuttgart. Here's Stuttgart. A bunch of us eating German food. Deutsche Bahn. Sacramento layover and going to different places. There's a shooting range there. And now up at Purchase, New York, when we're picketing. 2000 Westchester Avenue at Purchase. No taxation without representation. There's Singapore Slings. Is the Volga Drapner. I believe this was in Luxembourg. There's in Trier, having dinner with Snowball. Snowball again at Luxembourg. And here's in Hong Kong. Outside during the Christmas season in Hong Kong. And it was Chuck Stagliano there having a nice wine together. One of these places we got all the pirated DVDs. And movies. Dragon Center, one of my favorite stops. There's a train that goes into China. It's a cross tunnel. There's one of the fantastic rooms I had there. Oh, this is back in Dubai. There's a bunch more from Hong Kong area and Shanghai and around. It's up the mountain on Hong Kong. I guess they're all from Hong Kong. See the world in the classic back then. Challenge coins from Diego Garcia during a stop there. And here's in Singapore, I believe. One of the engineers. CJ, I think. CK. Going through Asia here. This is Korea. A number of pictures from the Red Horse of Korea, and also made a stop in India where I got to go down to the Taj Mahal. Red Horse right there. On the line at Osan. There's another transport for their nuclear weapons there in India. Taj Mahal there. That's our guide. This is in Agra. Half the place is Muslim, half is Hindu, and they get along just fine. There's a magic carpet they tried to sell me. Now I'm back into Frankfurt. And now we're in Shanghai. That's Emirates. I believe that was in Luxembourg. Here's Alitalia in Torino. And this looks like in Düsseldorf. Chuck Stagliano is with me there. There's Chuck and I. In Deutschland. Stop in India. Some guys on a ramp. Chuck Osier. Oh, there's Karen. Karen passed away. She was a longtime engineer with Atlas. I was 508. Ran off the runway there in Düsseldorf. With zero braking action. There's the dog we transported. Ah, the pyramids. Yeah, stop in Cairo. It's one of our engineers. Here's an old KC-135 picture of me and my uncle. Here's Ed Shipley during an air show, flying to F-86 at the time. And there'll be some Dubai pictures and a picture of Ed right there. And one of our guys' retirement coming up, and another picture of Karen Martinaro. Germany, along the Rhine and Mosel. Jennifer Metzler. There's Jennifer again. Some dork. Mike Hochschild. Joe Willman shooting. There's Joe again. Ah, Tahiti. Jay Boschke was there. There he is. Oh, Jay helped me out in the 7.6. Atlas leaving. Oh, there's Healthchild and a caribou. There's some volcano. Karen funeral. Oh, horse charters now. We're coming somewhere. Oh, there's Larry Kellogg. Oh, there's not such a good incident. We've had a couple of those. Blew it up with an airbag to get it upright. Ah, horse charter again. Oh, when we had the family along, wife and daughter. Osan. Got a jacket out of the BX there and then boarded. There's the wife and I on the trip when we wore hats at Atlas. Flew around the world with us. Great time. There's Lou Shed and Bohannon and I. Some more family pictures along on the ride. And we had a rubber jungle once. My favorite place in Germany, the Hotel St. Michael. This is actually in Bagram, and I got the T-shirt at Bagram. Oh, here's Bob and Nancy again. Here's Atlas in an article. Ah, Walter Pioli and his brother. That's his brother. Tried to teach the Iraqis how to fly. A passenger plane when we first saw it in Hong Kong. All that stuff is all new. Ah, this is where Atlas bombed a canoe on final into Miami. One of the canoes dropped off. Flap fairing controls. St. Michael's. There's Michael. There's R.C. Klein and his dog. Oh, here's a trip again in the classic. One of the Atlas's pilots' airplane before we crashed it. Departure out of Kabul. There's some troops. Atlas in flight. That's me in a KC-135 that had my name on it. Transitioning to the 7.6 when the classics went away. Me and Ken Starr did the sim together. Both had Minority. Manus. But this is where Borat is from. Here's one of those service dogs that they had in the military. Here's my first ride on the Dash 8. Funky blades. Ah, going into San Diego. Oh, the Mike Whiskey. Ah, a bunch of flight attendants having a good time. Whiskey again. There's Ken Starr on one of his last flights. I believe he went to Belgium. Atlas made him a nice cake. Former Harrier pilot. And have some dark in front of an airplane. Loading the 7.6. There's Ken Starr's wife. Got to go into Yuma and see the plane. Oh, there's Bob Hancock and Nancy and Dog and such. There's me and some flight attendants there in Germany, loading up with troops and service dogs. That's me actually on that photo. There's Bohannon. There's some more troops. Me all dressed up for a pre-flight in the winter. I believe this is Pease. And there's a tail skid that's not been scraped. Oh, my short trip to Taiwan, Asia flying. So my favorite person's at Atlas, Bob Chisholm, who want to go to the training center and training all the new guys there, doing what he did before, after age 65 now. Some of the staff guys bid him farewell from the cockpit. Some of the troops with their campaign hats, and thankfully they were not wearing spurs. Looks like out of March. This is out of Boston. Mike Whiskey flown into the Virgin Islands. Pilot response, not very often seen. Me and David Nguyen. There's at Union Square in San Francisco. Mike Whiskey on the ramp at Boeing Field. Our crew get together at Anchorage at a great time at F Street Station. Met up with some locals. Captain Rex, Chris Rex, C-Rex. It's at Rome, New York. That's the Freedom Tower out of JFK, portrait out of JFK. Portsmouth, love it there. Getting ready for my final flights. This is a stop at the Gaylord Nashville Resort, right outside the Opryland. To the mall there and ate at this aquarium cafe. Pretty cool. That's a Gaylord again. Here's our most recent passenger aircraft with an updated entertainment system, winglets and such. And this is in Spokane. Got the family send-off for my last 2 flights at Atlas. Transporting the Cougars Band. El Paso before the snow. That's the crew. Timmy and Seabear, Irene and Seabear.